is Brandy.
Hey, this is your man Dave. Welcome back.
Welcome to episode 9 of Relationships and Family Matters.
Yes.
Dave, what's on your mind today?
Hey, Brandy, I just got a quick question. We received an email, and this young lady was talking about soulmate. She mentioned several times about a soulmate. And when I hear a soulmate, I really don't quite understand exactly what that is. I know some people are going to say, what? What's a soulmate? Well, what exactly is a soulmate? What do you think a soulmate
I think
is?
of shoes, because aren't there some shoes called soulmates?
No, I don't think a soulmate.
Okay, just kidding. So soulmate, the person you're supposed to be with, that you're just supposed to be together with forever. That's your soulmate, right?
I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, people say it. They say, oh, yeah, that's my soulmate. But what determines who the soulmate is, or what criteria?
Well, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to figure out. In her letter, she's been dating this guy for a while, and she thought he was her soulmate. And
why did she think that?
I guess because it started out so well in the beginning. And so I guess people assume that if it's going great in the beginning, you have some common interests, and people say, this girl's my soulmate. I don't think that's true. There's a lot of people in America, in the world. There's almost 8 billion people in the world. And this one person is your soulmate?
Yeah, I don't know that that's really a thing. I think it's just something that people say.
So you think it's just a word that people use?
It's just a word that people use, because there's no way you can prove it, number one.
You can't prove it.
So it's not scientific. People just say they're each other's soulmates for whatever reasons. And, it's okay. It's acceptable.
It is. I think it is. But I do see the fact that sometimes you could have been in a relationship with someone and the chemistry is off the charts. You like the same things. You guys enjoy talking. The conversation is great. It's stimulating. But yeah, I could see that. But when you say soulmate, that really takes it to in my eyes, it takes it to a whole nother level.
Well, so in her in her letter, what was the question she was posing to you?
No, it wasn't. She was just talking about the guy that he was. Yes, this guy. This guy was her soulmate. She just said that several times. And they're just like, I really don't know if that's the case. He may be a great guy. They may have a date for a long time, maybe get married, but I don't know if that's.
Well, if she feels like he's her soulmate and he feels like she's his soulmate, then okay, cool, y'all are soulmates. But if they break up in the next 2 years, can they find another soulmate? And who's to say whether they were truly soulmates or not?
In my eyes, in my way of thinking, I think you can have several soulmates. Because I know, have you heard?
Oh, wait. You say you can have several soulmates?
I think you can.
At one time?
No, I didn't say it once. See, Brandy is going a little further.
Okay, I just want to know these things.
I think someone can have several soulmates.
Okay, so you can break up with one soulmate and get another soulmate?
Yeah, okay. Let me say this.
Okay.
Can you think you can love 2 people at the same time?
Yeah, I love my kids.
No,
I have 2.
In love. Can you be in love with 2 different people?
See, I don't think so.
I think it's possible.
I think men think that they can be, but I don't think so.
I think you can be in love with 2 people at the same time.
Maybe you can. What's to prevent you from being in love with 2 people at the same time? Is it right? You didn't ask me that, but can you be in love with 2 people at the same time? I guess so.
Yeah, I think you can. I think you can be in love with 2 people at the same time. A lot of times they.
Are you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Thank you
just
for
saying,
clearing that up.
I think that you could really be head over heels with 2 different people. They may bring a lot to the table. One may have a little bit, bring a little bit more or bring a little bit less, but I think you can actually be in love with two different people.
Okay, and
is that you think that's a guy speaking, or
I guess
so
definitely.
women? Okay, wait just a minute. Now wait a minute. Don't you watch The Bachelorette?
No, I stopped watching that, but I have watched it previously.
Now she sometimes. Even the Bachelor, but the Bachelorette sometimes I love both of these guys. So,
they say that.
Okay, so I think it's possible that you can. I would love to hear from our listeners what they think about this.
I don't know if that's love or lust, because the Bachelorette, I mean, they haven't known each other long, and they see this handsome, ripped man, and I'm in love with both. Yeah, I'm in love with both of y'all. Yeah.
Well, let me say, Bachelorette and Bachelor may not be the mecca example of this, but I think someone out there can be in love with two different people.
Okay, at the same time.
At the same time,
sure.
I think that's
possible. Are they
possible.
soulmates?
Now that's it. That's something that I struggle with. The soulmate. I really don't know exactly what that means.
But soulmate can be whatever they want to say it is. Oh yeah, he's my soulmate. You can say he's the love of my life. It could be whatever you want to call it.
So that's considered your soul. That's someone that's suitable for you, that meets your ideal
criteria
standards. Of a man, of a woman.
Yeah.
That's your soulmate?
Possibly to them.
Well, soulmate bar is very low in that case.
I mean,
if that's the case, it's very low.
Then you can break up with them and then meet another soulmate.
Oh, that's what I see.
But when I think of soulmate, I think of one. And you're saying maybe there could be more than one soulmate?
Well,
after you break up with one, you can meet another?
I believe,
it kind of loses its value after so many soulmates.
Exactly.
You can't even keep calling them a soulmate.
What is the average? Let's say, for instance, the average person probably dated maybe 3 guys or 3 girls in their whole lifetime, maybe.
No, I would say more than that.
The average? Okay.
Average? At least 5, I would think.
5? I thought that
in the whole lifetime, we're saying?
In the whole lifetime.
From 13, 14 years old.
Well, we're not talking about the puppy love. We're talking about serious dating.
Okay, serious dating.
Serious dating. I think maybe at least 3, I would think.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, I would say 3.
And on average, I would say more like 5. More than 3, definitely.
Well, you can think about your personal life. All our listeners can go, like, okay, my serious dates. How many have I really had? Those are really... I'm
not talking about myself, though, because the number would be far lower. I'm just saying in
That's
general.
What I'm saying.
Because people... And I say this because I think people are waiting later to get married.
They are.
I feel like people have dated more seriously at least 5,
well,
I would think.
You saying to get married. I would agree with that. Mm-hmm. But while they're... single, they're still dating, guys.
Right, they're still dating.
But I'm saying, I think the average is probably around 3 or 4.
Okay, we may have to look that up.
Because most time, I think people, they see one guy or this girl, oh, I like her, I like this girl. And the third one, third or fourth one, they're probably at the age that they're probably getting engaged or getting married, I would think.
Right, okay.
5 is a lot, I think, but maybe I'm wrong. But so going back, out of, let's say if it's 5. So you've been in love with 5 different people.
Possibly.
Wow.
Think about it. What do you think the average age is that people are getting married now? Because my grandmother married at the age of 15.
Yeah, that was back in the day.
It was, but this was my grandmother, not my great-great-great-grandmother. This was my grandmother. My mother married at the age of 18. Okay?
Yeah.
And then when I was younger, people married in their 20s. And I think people are marrying in their 20s now, but I think people are marrying later, like later 20s, early 30s.
Yep, like my mom, my dad. My mom was later in her late 20s when she got married.
So if people are marrying in their nowadays, if people are marrying in their mid-30s on average, I don't know what the average is, don't you think they've dated or been in love more than 3 times?
Yeah, they probably have.
Okay, that I just proved my point.
Now, dating or in love, that may be a little bit different.
Well, I
Because
thought
sometimes
you
you
said
can date someone
dating.
you may not be in love with that, but y'all just dating.
You can date someone for a year and
yeah.
not be in love.
Yeah, you can date for years.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think most people have, on average, I would say maybe 3 to 4 times have dated, and they've probably after that they probably got married. After that. So, were all of them or a few soulmates?
I would say not.
Okay, so what if you don't find your soulmate? Do you get married? Do you date?
If you don't find your soulmate, do you get married anyway? I think a lot of people are doing that.
Oh yeah, I think so too. So I don't know. I think soulmate is a catchy word. Oh, I love you. You my
it's
soulmate.
Just a word.
It's just a word that people use.
Or 2 words.
Because I mean, really, when you say soulmate, I really put that on a real high pedestal when you say soulmate.
You probably shouldn't.
No, exactly, because I think people throw that word out quite frequently. It's just thrown around as a word. So when I read that letter, I just felt like, I'm not sure about the soulmate.
Take it with a grain of salt when you hear soulmate, because I think someone can say they have married their soulmate or they've been with their soulmate when they've been with them a long time. Look at Jimmy Carter and his wife. Okay. They've been married for like 70 years. Yeah. Are they soulmates? Yes, probably.
Yeah, I would think so.
I mean, I don't know if they refer to each other as soulmates, but if they said, yes, we're soulmates, I would believe them.
And I think soulmate can develop over time. It's not like you say, okay, you met this guy for a month, or a girl. Oh man, she's my soulmate. I'm like, what? You only known her a whole month or 2 months.
Well, yeah. Well, I was going to say,
I think it develops over time. Just say,
yeah.
Well, over time we have. I mean, she almost can finish my sentence before I even say it. I mean, she knows my thoughts. I consider that more of a soulmate than you done met this guy, 2 months or 3 months.
It remains to be seen. If they just met someone, they've been together for a month, they're saying they're soulmates. Okay, you may be like, I'm not so sure. But what if Jimmy Carter said that a week after meeting his wife? And people were like, well, you just met her, I don't know. But 70 years later, hey, you did meet your soulmate 70 years ago and marry her. So it just, time will tell.
I think it's based on time, but I just think we use that word a little bit too loosely.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah, like friends. People say, oh, that's my friend. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, people use friend a lot. It's just like, oh.
Because you see people out, I'll use the example because you just met someone.
And Brandon, let me say, some people they say, well, they're my Facebook friends.
Huh?
They say, because you have friends. Some people have friends and Facebook friends.
What does that mean, Facebook friends?
Because they would say, well, they're my friends on Facebook.
And that's it?
That's it.
Okay, well, I have friends that are just on, if you want to call it that, Facebook
It's just a
friends.
Facebook friend. They've never been to your house. They don't call. You probably don't even have their phone number in your cell phone.
Yeah.
But they're Facebook friend. Is that I just think that's a little weird.
If it's a friend on Facebook and nothing else.
So we need to define friends now. It needs to be a friend can be a personal relationship, or Facebook friend is electronically relationship.
That's a thing.
On Facebook. That's weird.
Sure. I have Facebook friends that I don't have their number.
You don't have their cell number.
I don't see them in person.
You don't see them in person.
It's a thing.
It's just a thing. Yeah. So.
But I was going to bring up the example. We were traveling last week, and we were in Miami.
South Beach. You guys need to go.
And you ran into a fraternity brother.
I did.
And his companion.
Let's leave it at that. Companion.
They were on the beach, or they're actually, we were out on the beach. And I wasn't around. You said he introduced her to me. Then she said, yes, we are good friends. Interesting. They're traveling
they're
together.
Traveling together. They've been seeing each other for a while, but she's told me that he was a good friend. And I don't know exactly what that means.
She didn't say.
She didn't say boyfriend.
Boyfriend, partner, fiance, wife, soulmate.
No, she didn't say soulmate. She said good friend.
Good friends. Yeah. That's interesting to me.
Yeah. So I think relationships are being classified as a lot of different things.
It just depends on the person and how they define it.
And we got listeners that are maybe a little bit older. I know, traditionally, people are like, oh, you don't, live in the same house anymore. You gotta wait and all that. People are not doing that anymore. People are living together now. People have a different type of relationship. So, the definition of a friend, of a lover, or a partner, I think all of that is changing, evolving. So, I think as society we have to kind of accept that. And,
of course.
But she just introduced him as a good friend. Good friend.
And speaking of Miami, because of course we said we're going to talk about travel in our podcast. What did you think of Miami?
I really like Miami.
Besides hot.
It's just really hot down there, but it rained quite a bit too. I mean, it would be sunny.
That's
and all
Florida.
Of us,
That's Florida in June.
Well, especially the lower part of Florida. I guess you get more of the tropical type weather down there. But it was really nice. The beach was nice. We hung out on the beach and got a little sunburn when we got back.
Ate some good food. I love seafood. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. But I think that's Florida in June. Even
it really is.
Orlando, when Jasmine was down there doing the Disney program, people would say, it rains every day because it would rain in the afternoon. Those showers would hit. So
it seemed like it would be beautiful probably down about 12 and like 1, like 12 noon, 12:30, 1.
And then here come the storms. So it's like, let's hit the beach before, way before noon. But, I mean, it was really hot. So, like, if we were on the beach and it wasn't raining around 1 or 2 o'clock, you got to put shoes on before you walk across that sand.
Because it was real hot.
It was very hot. My ideal time, and we were down in Miami because JB had a conference to go to, a leadership conference. But to me, the time to go to the beach, the time to go to Florida is October.
October is probably the best time.
Yes. September, I'm thinking maybe, because October, the only thing I don't like about going in October is the time. It gets dark so early. And you don't have a full, I feel like you don't have a full day. You have a full day, but it's dark.
But late September, mid to late September or October is really, only because the weather's like 80 degrees all day.
But another thing you have to look out for Florida in October is hurricane season.
Yeah, you got to look out for that.
We've gone down there and we've been turned away.
Yeah.
So, you have to watch that. But Florida's fun. It seems like we go down there a lot. Jasmine was at Disney, and now Jasmine and I are going to head to California. We're going to Anaheim in a few months. Okay. We're going to hit Disneyland on a girls' trip.
So a mother and daughter trip?
Mother-daughter trip.
Okay.
Going to hit Disneyland. She enjoyed Disney World so much, and so we're just going to do a few days in Disneyland.
Okay.
A little bit of a difference, but it'll be fun. Disneyland's more condensed and not quite as much walking. So
maybe
cool.
Jasmine will find her soulmate while she's
we'll see if Jasmine finds her soulmate
while she's in Anaheim, California.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was just very interesting, the relationship between two people and how they defined it.
Yeah.
I'm just not a big proponent of using the word soulmate. I just think that's I think that's a real intimate word, very powerful word. And everybody's throwing out, that's my soulmate.
That's why I say take it with a grain of salt. It's a popular term, but, it doesn't have to be the case all the time. But like I said, Jimmy Carter may have called his wife, a soulmate, 70 years ago.
Yeah.
So time will tell.
So did you not agree that you can have two soulmates?
I don't know about that, Dave. Can you have two soulmates? Can you be in love with two people at once? I guess so. Two soulmates. What do you mean? Not at the same time, right?
Well, not at the same time. Just like 3 years ago I thought that he was my soulmate, but this guy right now is my soulmate.
But it's like if you can have two, then you can have three. If you can have three, then you can have four. If you can have four, then it doesn't make sense. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah. I don't know
or
about
people
that.
say sometimes, this is a perfect person for me. Like, well, how do you know that?
Well, I thought that about you. So.
Well, I am perfect.
For me.
For you.
Definitely not perfect, dude. I'm saying me.
Yes, I am. Well, I thought I was perfect, though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay,
too.
I'm sorry. I'm
sorry
just
to let
kidding.
you know that on this podcast, but unfortunately, Dave.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you're right about that. I think if you have two, you can have three, you can have four. It really begins to water it down. So let's just stick with this word. Soulmate is just a definition of a relationship, maybe, or a good relationship. Is that
possibly? Because it's all up for interpretation to the people that are involved in the relationship. So. Yeah. On the outside looking in, we don't know.
No, I don't think they really know. I think they believe that they're, connecting with this person, physical, emotionally, mentally, and they got a lot of similarities as far as relationships. So I think that's what people think. Okay, if you got all that, this is my soulmate. And
that's cool. If you think you found him, then congratulations. That's a great thing. Yes,
it is.
Hey, you heard about that submersible? I think of it as a tiny submarine.
Little submarine?
Yeah, that went down.
Are you in the yellow submarine?
No, I don't think it was yellow. But anyway,
the gray submarine. Well,
they went to explore the Titanic.
Yeah, it was when I heard about it. I was pretty when they first talked about it, they were going down. I'm like, okay, cool. When they said they were missing, I was like, oh my gosh. I couldn't imagine being in I think it was set up like a size of like a Volkswagen Bug. It was a very small. I think I heard that.
A Bug, though? Five grown people?
Maybe a van.
A van.
Volkswagen van.
Yeah,
I
think it was a van.
That. And there were no seats.
No seats. I saw it like a drawing.
Yeah, there were no seats. Actually, you can actually sit because they didn't really supposed to be down there that long.
Right.
They were just going down there for a couple, maybe, I can't remember how many hours it was, but you listeners maybe can correct us, but there were no seats, and there was a sort of a bathroom.
A bathroom with a curtain.
Basically a
toilet
item that you can go in and just urinate in, whatever you got to do.
Do your business.
Do your business.
Yes.
So.
And there were 5 adult men in the submersible. And only one person could stretch their legs out at a time is what I saw because they had to be folded up almost.
Yeah, and I didn't know. I found out after the fact that they were told days before they aborted the submarine, they told them to restrict their eating intake so they would not go to the bathroom.
Oh,
so they were even hungry when they were going down there, which is... Oh, man, that's
well, I haven't heard now. I don't know how long they were down there before it actually imploded.
Yeah, imploded.
And they all died. I don't know how long. Because it seemed like that was pretty quick because they went down and then a couple hours later they lost contact with them.
Yes.
And then they were looking for them. They were like, they're going to run out of air. But really, they were probably already
Well, they didn't know if it drifted below the communication barrier, so they might have thought, okay, did the engine stop and they just drifted down? So that's why they started the search.
And it's so far down there,
I think it was like
deep,
13,000 feet or something like that. It was pretty,
but it was really sad to me. Of course, all 5 dying that way. In fact, a father and a son.
Yeah, tell me about that. I know you talked about that a little bit.
I don't know a whole lot.
The interesting part, father and son. And would you tell me about the relationship between them?
The father wanted the son to go with him. He kind of talked him into it. He said, this is, I guess, like a Father's Day gift to me that we do this together. Mm-hmm. So he encouraged the son to go. The son was like, kind of reluctant, like kids are sometimes about things. And he talked his son into going, and they died that way. And I just thought that was really sad. Wow. And it made me think about different times I've talked my kids into doing things.
Oh, well, I think we all do that.
You should go on that trip. Yeah, you should do this. Yeah, you should do different things. And just encouraging them and talking them into doing things that they maybe didn't want to do.
Yeah.
And I just thought how sad of that to happen to this father. But, they both died at the same time, I would say, or the same day down there. But, yeah, it would bring a certain amount of guilt to me if I had talked my child into doing something or going somewhere and they got hurt or they had a really bad time.
I would agree with you, but I think it's the level of what you're asking your son or daughter to participate in. Now, if you ask your son, okay, hey, let's go and play some football. Why don't you play football for the school this year?
And they get hurt.
And he get hurt. Let's say he break a leg. But you tell him, hey, go down to this sub made of, even they question the material that he used because I think I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was not that it wasn't a material that the Navy or the Coast Guard, all these people would use for a submarine. So
I believe that father thought it was safe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Or he wouldn't have gone himself.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
he thought it was safe, and he meant well. In fact, he spent $250,000.
$500 for both.
A piece. So he really thought it was going to be a great experience, something he would never forget. So it was really sad to me. But
yeah, it was, and I just really hate that they, I think they used some type of fiberglass all in there. So, but yeah, it was really. I think all extreme sports. Could you imagine the money that they spent just trying to find these two guys? But I think extreme sports, especially when you go hiking in some of these places, remote places, and it take forever. Let's say you lost, you got hundreds of people going out there and searching. And I know a lot of people question, should people do that? And I think as human beings, I think we're naturally curious. Yeah. I think we want to explore, we want to do things like that. I don't think we should shut the human curiosity down and say, okay, now you can't do any more extreme sports or adventures. I don't think that's where we need to be.
I'm glad that nobody got hurt looking for this submersible. I'm glad no one was injured or killed looking for it. But I know it was a lot, and they really wanted to find these guys down there.
Yeah, fiberglass and that carbon fiber, all that stuff. It's not as strong as what they should have built a submarine in.
All right. Well, Dave, it's been a good time here at this episode 9. I've enjoyed it. We want to tell our listeners how to contact us. 615-930-1251. You can call us or email us at brandyanddavidpodcast@gmail.com. That's Brandy, Brandy, and davidpodcast@gmail.com. All right, Dave, I'll holler at you next time.
Okay, guys. Peace out.
Bye-bye.